Hey, hey, what is up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's been a couple of weeks. I am Air Scott, your lovely host, and I'm here to ask you, what the hell is going on, y'all? Listen, I don't know what the hell is going on. There's a lot. First of all, there's a lot going on. But what the hell any of it is, you're gonna have to tell me. I got a great show ahead of you. Ahead, tongue tied. That's what happens when you take vacation. Um, Happy belated. We slaughtered the indigenous people of Turtle Island Day. That was my new thing this year for Thanksgiving, and I made sure in my house we didn't have a turkey. I will do another show on what the beheaded turkey represents at the Thanksgiving table. We're not going to go there tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about the late breaking news on the U.S. House of Representatives, y'all. They have passed a bill to decriminalize cannabis at the national level for the first time. Can y'all believe it? They are about to decriminalize marijuana at the federal level. So that is late breaking news. I'm going to read all about that for you later on in the show, but I can't believe it. It's not getting a whole lot of coverage. Stateside, you got to probably go out there and look at BBC, but yes, cannabis, decriminalization of cannabis, the U.S. House of Representatives passed today. That is great news. The second thing we're going to talk about is Grandmaster Jay. Yo, they have arrested Grandmaster Jay. For those of you who don't know who Grandmaster Jay is, hang on in. I'm going to run down the show synopsis and I'm going to tell you all about him in a second. And I got an update from the Clown Brigade. Yes, the Clown Brigade. Who is that? None other than, this is their new name, the Clown Brigade, Obama, Bush, and Clinton. First of all, has Baby Bush just migrated all the way over to the Democratic Party? Like, he's hanging out with like two of the most far left presidents ever. It's like Obama, Bush, Clinton, OBC. They're like a boy group from the 80s or something. What the hell is this? Anyway, the Clown Brigade has vowed to take the COVID-19 vaccine on television. Can y'all believe that? Do you feel like you're living in a episode of MTV's Real World? I mean, I'm starting to feel like that. Are you? This is starting to feel really bizarre. Like, why are they hanging out? And why do we care if they take the vaccine on television? We're not a nation of teenage girls, but okay. Anyway, I want to know what you think about that, and if you would take the COVID-19 vaccination. Would you? Who out there would take? Who out there would take it? Ooh, Corey, I'm going to read that story right now. The charges are really, really trumped up against Grandmaster Jay. So I'm going to read that off in just a second. But yes, yes, yes. Grandmaster Jay, the head of the Not Fucking Around crew, excuse my language, I done left the letter out. He has been arrested by the feds. And here is what the story says. And I'm going to share his picture in just a second. Here's what the story says. Louisville, Kentucky, the leader of the Not Effing Around coalition, a black militia that demonstrated in Louisville during last summer's social unrest, was arrested yesterday on a federal charge. You hear how vague that is already? John Johnson, 57, commonly referred to as Grandmaster Jay, was charged with assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers or employees, according to the court documents. Does that make any sense to you? Does that sound like a charge? Okay, so Johnson is accused of pointing a rifle at Louisville Metro Police officers as well as federal officers on September 4th, the night before the 2020 Kentucky Derby. Okay, so they arrested him on December 4th on possibly impeding certain officers and employees of what or who, because it doesn't say officers of the law. But impeding. Okay. And it took him 60 days to come arrest him for something he did back in September. The alleged incident took place just after 8:30 p.m. as officers were conducting surveillance over demonstrators at the Jefferson Square in downtown Louisville. At that time, the LMPD radio transmission went out notifying officers that a group of 6 to 8 heavily armed individuals were parked on Armory Place near a parking garage, according to the court documents. 2 federal officers and 3 LMPD officers then went to the top of the nearby Jefferson County Grand Jury building to watch the group. When they got there and leaned over the roof, 3 of them were blinded by a flashlight, the affidavit claims. Investigators say the flashlight was on the end of a rifle that Johnson was pointing at them. All of the officers identified the suspect as Grandmaster Jay. Wait a minute. He had him in their scope, is what they were like. That dude was gonna kill us. That's what it was. He had him in his sights, and they knew it, and they were like, these niggas is trained. Get him. Who is he? I'm telling you. He was blinded by a flashlight. Yeah, he had him in his sights. He said all the officers advised they were concerned Johnson might intentionally or even accidentally discharge a round at him. If you blinded by the man's scope light, he ain't gonna accidentally. He knows what he's doing. Because if he wanted you gone, you'd be gone. He might, let's get him because he might accidentally shoot us because he's accidentally a hell of a sniper range. You know what? That's my dude. I fucks with Grandmaster Jay. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to not be cussing because all the people who don't drink and don't curse don't want to hear me swear as much. My apologies. Anyway, 2 of the officers were wearing soft body armor, but were aware that the soft body armor would not stop a rifle. Okay, Jesse Halliday, a spokesperson for LMPD, met with Johnson and another member of the group about 30 seconds after the incident and later identified Johnson from surveillance video, according to the documents. Johnson was booked into the Oldham County Detention Center just before 1 p.m. on Thursday, officials said. If Johnson is convicted of his charges, he faces a maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison, according to a news release from the United States Attorney General. They're gonna put this man 20 years in jail because they think that a rifle was pointing at him. So wait a minute. He was pointing a rifle at you, but you want him arrested because you think he may accidentally discharge it. What? Here in Kentucky, we revere the First and Second Amendment freedoms and not foolishness, which puts the police and protesters in grave risk. A white kid came up there and shot the crowd up. Anyway, roughly 200 members of the NFAC were in Louisville on Derby Day during the protest over the death of Breonna Taylor, a Black woman who was shot and killed by white police officers during a March 13th apartment raid. Yeah, can you believe that? Can you believe that? Yeah, it sounds like the kind of charges trumped up. Yep, trumped up on the Black Panthers. Yes. It's absolutely, incredible. I don't know who's laughing at me, but yeah, so that's why he was arrested. He pointed his rifle at some officers who were on the roof. They said they were blinded by the flashlights, and I say, yeah, they were. They know he could take them out, so they can't listen. If y'all think they can have Black men out there with organization who know how to shoot and who could possibly take them out. See, my guess is they were snipers on the roof, ready to do something to one of them. And he knew that. And he pointed right back at him. Something tells me this is like sniper code, because it's just, why do the feds have to come in? Why does it, if you point at your gun at officers, why does it skip past the purview of the state of Kentucky and goes all the way to the feds? They see this man as the silent leader of Black America that nobody saw coming. Even Black people never saw the NFAC crew. They are traveling nationwide. There are some people that think that they're foolish to show our capabilities, to show that, okay, there are some hey, there are some Black folks out there who are exercising their Second Amendment rights. And then all of a sudden, here comes this group, the NFAC crew. Hundreds of Black people show up. Hundreds of Black people show up armed, not with pistols, not with handguns, with expensive assault rifles. They look trained, they're fit, they look ready, they're articulate, and they're unafraid. And so now they have arrested this man, because what do they do when a leader emerges in Black America? They take out all of our leaders. They take them all out. Yes. And their numbers are growing. And you have the National African American Gun Association, which is organizing and training Black families all over the nation now. There'll be chapters of NAGA in the next couple of years will be bigger, better than the NRA. And mark my word, they're going to come for that too. You see, once we start showing some unity somewhere, they got to throw a monkey wrench in it. They have to. They got to try to beat us to it. They want to know what the Negroes are planning, because they still don't realize we don't all just know each other or absorb one another's thoughts by osmosis, because we's Black, y'all. And we's like an eggplant, all part of the root. No. So, you know, we've got to pay attention to this. We've got to pay attention to this. But that doesn't, you know, we need all of our Black men and women who were in law enforcement, who were in the military, get with NAGA, get with the National African American Gun Association. We need to be training our daughters. Our daughters need to know how to shoot, not twerk. Our daughters know how to twerk. Their daughters can run an obstacle course and clay trap shoot. Their daughters can hunt and go get themselves something to eat if all this shit goes to hell. What do our daughters know how to do? What does your daughter know how to do? Listen, cheerleading was never going to save none of them at all. I was a cheerleader. I suppose there are personal uses for the things I learned there now, but I mean, it never got me any money. I don't know. That may not be my fault. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next story. The Clown Brigade. Obama, Bush, and Clinton all vow to take the COVID vaccine on television. What do y'all think about this? Now, this is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. Look at these people. Let me share my screen with you just so you can see just how ridiculous they all are. Why do we care if old presidents want to share their screen? You hear me? Want to share their screen? Why do we care if old presidents want to? We'll take this online. Do you see this? Do you see these bozos? So they have vowed to take the vaccine. So former U.S. presidents Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton have volunteered to have their COVID-19 vaccinations be publicly televised. The trio of 2 Democrats and 1 Republican said they would get the jab once it had been approved by regulators and recommended by U.S. health officials. The move is intended to boost public confidence in the safety and efficacy of coronavirus vaccine. Polls indicate large swaths of the U.S. Public, large swaths. They're not going to tell you who, because they can't figure out why the crazy racist Trumpsters and Black people are both leery of the vaccine. Like, who? I want to know who's for it. Like, you folks that are for the vaccine and who will take the vaccine, please, I want to know who's for the vaccine. I mean, this is like, it's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. But large swaths of the U.S. Population. This is when they throw a monkey wrench, catch and throw it right back. Yeah. I want to know what, who's for taking this vaccine. I please, if you know somebody that in your family, please have them tag them in this show right now, because you have the weird Trumpsters who are saying that they are not going to take the vaccine, and then you have Black people and brown people who are like, I ain't taking it. I am not taking that vaccine. And so then they go and drag the clown brigade. That's who they are. They drag them out and they're like, oh, I'm going to get it. So I guess they're going to get Clinton's constituency. Who the hell is Clinton's constituency? We're like mad at him now. Why does he keep showing the hell up? We're mad at him. Thank you. There it is. Nobody trusts the government. And yes, this is a money grab. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't take it easy, especially when it's been frozen until take it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. I mean, there's something definitely wrong with it. And then they're saying it'll be a series of 2 shots. But right now, it's a vaccine race. We don't even know who's going to get the FDA approval. Moderna, Pfizer, Bristol Myers, they're all clamoring to get this vaccine done. I'm not taking that. And listen, and here's what I want to know. Which one of y'all are one of the constituents of the clown brigade? Because I feel like we've canceled all of them. We haven't quite canceled Obama, but he's kind of hanging, oh yeah, they're going to definitely try to offer their stimulus money to bribe us. They're going to come in. They're offering money in Savannah right now, in Savannah, Georgia. They're offering like $1,500 to be a part of their study. Would you? That's a lot of money to just want to have me be a part of stuff. What I want to know, and they haven't, because listen, Tiffany, they want to experiment on us so that they can learn the side effects. They don't know the side effects. There are studies in Savannah, Georgia right now. It kicked off in Savannah, Georgia. And they were offering people $1,500 to go be a part of the COVID vaccine study. So they're studying the side effects of all the first round guinea pigs. They're studying them now. So yeah, we don't know. Calvin is mad. Oh, he's got some anger there. Okay. Well, if you say so. But yeah, we nobody knows the side effects, and they do these things. You've got to read that book, Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington. They always experiment on the Black community. Always experiment on the Black community. It is absolutely ridiculous. Right there in Savannah, Georgia, you got Carver Village, where the U.S. military brought infected mosquitoes with the Zika virus and what's that one they get all the time down there? West Nile. They have West Nile. Yeah, what was that other one? And Ebola. All these dengue fevers and all this stuff was showing up in Savannah because the U.S. government put it there. Like, they've been using Black people and the Black community as guinea pigs for so long. Who the heck is going to take that shit? Nobody's going to take that. Let's finish. Yeah, so nobody's going to take that stuff. I mean, what a mess. What a mess. All right. I want to know who are the people out there that are going to take this? I want to know. So let's hear what they're going to do. So they performed a Gallup poll, right? A Gallup poll conducted in October before the results of Pfizer and Moderna vaccine trials were released show roughly 6 in 10 Americans will be willing to take the vaccine, up from a low of 50%. Oh, 6 in 10 of us. Okay. That sounds like houses divided to me. No vaccination has yet been approved in the U.S., but government regulators will be examining Pfizer and Moderna's vaccines in the coming month. Listen to this, you guys. Right now, there is a huge bidding competition, and we are the guinea pigs. I want you to think about that. 2 companies are racing to get their vaccines approved by the government, who only ever goes for the lowest bidder. I want you to think about this. They are racing to inoculate the entire population. He's saying he's a veteran. He knows. He knows. Yeah. Yeah. Clowns everywhere. They're racing right now. They're rushing. It's a bidding war. Are you guys paying attention to this? Our lives are the subject. There is an RFP out, and we are the subject of a damn RFP. The same way a construction company puts together a plan to build a school for the government, we have an RFP out for these two pharmaceutical companies with a plan for the government to pay the lowest for a vaccine for us all. I want you to think about how capitalism has absolutely cannibalized our democracy. We're just pawns. We're just a product to be serviced. Pay close attention to that, but don't pay too close attention to that. Let's look at this marijuana bill. Y'all want to see that? Let's see what happened today. This is some exciting news. What is it? Decriminalize weed. Woohoo! Woohoo! For all the potheads out there, are you guys completely stoked? I know you're stoked. So take a look at this. The House passes a bill decriminalizing marijuana at the federal level. This is all very exciting. Washington, the House of Representatives. There we go. Okay. The House of Representatives has approved legislation, y'all. Hang on, let me get a nice banner up there to get us excited. Let's get a nice banner to get excited. Okay. U.S. decriminalizes weed. But so what do you guys think this means? Do you see it going further once we get here we go. You guys think you see this further when Kamala and everyone get in office? I think I do. But let me see this right here. Okay, so Friday, the Democratic-led House is the first time a chamber. Oh my goodness. So the House of Representatives has approved legislation that would decriminalize marijuana and seek to address the devastating injustices caused by the war on drugs. Get the front door shut. Friday's vote in the Democratic-led House is the first time a Chamber of Commerce has voted on federal marijuana decriminalization. That's the first time? The first time. I want y'all to remember all these Black folks and stuff that we love that be dying in office. This is the first time some of that has happened. I'm just going to put that out here. Can I get water for somebody? So Friday's vote. The bill passed largely, and so here's what they're saying. It has little chance of passing the Republican-led Senate. However, Georgia got something to do with that. The bill passed largely along party lines, 222 Democrats, 5 Republicans, and Rep. Justin Amash, a libertarian, voted in support, while 158 Republicans and 6 Democrats voted against. Oh, thank you so much. Ooh. Oh, excuse me, y'all. The Republicans who voted for the bill are Matt Gaetz. He's a little shit. Matt Gaetz and the bill's co-sponsor, as well as Reps Brian Mast of Florida and Tom McClintock of California. That is really, really, really great news.